What is up, guys? My name is Sawcasm, and today I have a flawless MK46 MOAB, and this is actually my first MOAB with an LMG, and playing some free-for-all on the map Carbon. This is some pretty good gameplay. First of all, I want to talk a little bit about free-for-all. So you see that I kind of changed my perks up a little bit for this game. Usually I don't run, Dead Silence as my first perk unlock, but in free-for-all, a really good strategy if you have a headset is to, start out with sit rep if you have the pro version especially, so that you could hear other players from all over the map. You could hear where they're coming from, obviously. And Dead Silence, lowers the volume of your footsteps, so not only can the enemies not hear your footsteps, but you won't hear them as well, so you'll be able to hear the other people better. And this strategy worked really well. This is actually like my first few games trying it out. I'm not a huge free-for-all player, so I'm still mixing it up and trying different things, but I found that this has been pretty effective for me, and I really do like this setup, especially when you get Dead Silence and sit rep together really early. It's a pretty deadly combination. But as for the LMG, so the MK46, man, I'm not a huge fan of the LMGs either, but they can be manageable if you know what you're doing. So basically, the attachments that I'm using on this gun are the grip and the silencer. Now, the silencer is not only to keep me off the radar, but on top of that, it also does lower the volume of the gun, because usually the LMGs are extremely loud. And even if you don't give away your position as a red dot on the mini-map, you still are giving away your position big time just because of how loud the LMGs are, and how noticeable it is when you actually shoot them. So I took the silencer. Not only does it lower the volume, so I don't make as big of a ruckus. And look at this guy. I definitely think I should have died here. I think that on every single MOAB streak, pretty much the player gets lucky at least one time from what I've seen. I'm sure there are a few exceptions, but in general, like you pretty much have to get lucky at least once to get a 24 kill streak, even if the players are pretty bad. But yeah, so for the rest of the game, I'm pretty much just sitting in this back building with this MK46 and just picking them off. Now, once you get the Stalker perk with the Specialist bonus, it's actually not too bad of a gun, because usually the LMG's main problem is its mobility. So moving around and aiming down sights and stuff, it's all really slow. So if you play a little bit defensive like I'm doing here, I'm just sitting back in this building and kind of controlling it with my LMG and around this area, so I don't really have to worry about being aggressive, because I definitely want to avoid being aggressive with an LMG. That's definitely not what you want to do. But yeah, so if you sit back, and the Stalker perk, it kind of helps out a little bit in the mobility section, because while you are aimed in, it's not too bad, moving around. You're not slow as a snail anymore, basically. So once you do get all the perks and all the proficiencies, it's actually not a terrible weapon, I have to say. But I definitely wouldn't recommend an LMG over something like, say, an ACR or many other assault rifles. But yeah, so like I said, I'm just sitting in this building, pretty much patrolling it, moving back and forth in this building, looking outside in the front. But you do have to be careful, because there is a pretty strong spawn right next to me where I'm standing out here, right behind me in this little corner. Even if you are in this building, they can still spawn there. And I think there's also a spawn in this building a couple games ago, actually, on the same map. I was in the same spot, and a guy actually spawned in this building while I was on the other side of it, which was pretty annoying but pretty funny at the same time. And yeah, so I think I'm just looking for one more person to kill, and I get my MOAB right up here. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave me some feedback in the comments below. That's about it.